Hey everyone, welcome to KingJuGaming / Tech Channel. I'll be your host, King Ju, and then today I will be doing a segment on this channel concerning credit, and I will be going over my credit card journey. Well, in 2018, my wife and I decided to buy a house, and when I went to go talk to a realtor, I found out that I had a credit score of 490. So my realtor and I, we came up with a plan to get my credit up to the point where we could buy a house. And in these segments, I'm going to go over that over time. And with this one, I'll just start off how I started my credit, which after I talked to the realtor, she advised me to call Premier Bank and get a prepaid card, which I would deposit my own money into that account, credit account, which would usually be between $200 and $250 a month. And over that time, I would just use it mainly for gas, and then I would just pay the whole thing off at the end of the month. And maybe after about 3 months, I had actually got my score up enough to where I was able to get a credit card where I didn't have to prepay. It was money put on that card when I bought it. And in my credit journey, I started off with Credit One, and I got my first credit card from Credit One. So I'll just start from there. Now, the first card that I got from Credit One was the Platinum Visa card. And me not knowing anything about credit at that time, I just accepted the card. They were going to give me credit, so I accepted it. But I'm gonna let you guys know, and I am not a financial analyst. I'm not. I didn't take any classes on this, so I'm not using this as advice or anything. Don't use this as advice. I'm just trying to give an overall credit journey that I went through, and if it can help you, through points that I'm going through, or if you're going through anything that I've went through, or, it can help you in any way, use it. But always seek professional help when you're doing your credit. And like I said, I am not a professional credit person or anything. This is just my journey. So like I said, the first card I had was the Platinum Visa. And it's a couple things that I'm gonna go over, because I still have this card today, which is here. I still own this card. And the reason why I still own this card is because it was one of the first cards that I got. And if you know anything about credit, history is a big percentage of your credit. So I don't want to get rid of these cards because it'll eat my history up. So I have to keep them. But the negative thing about these cards is that I didn't know, because I didn't understand credit at the time when I got these cards still, I didn't understand, is that these cards come with an annual fee, which is $75 the first year and $99 annually. And you will be billed $825 a month for each after the first year. You'll be billed $825 a month to equal that $99 annually. So annual bills is an annual fee for a credit card is not bad, but it is for these credit cards. These credit cards, you shouldn't, they're kind of startup credit cards. You don't really want to be having an annual fee for the people that these credit cards are designed for, which are basically kind of coming out of college in your teenage years. So I have that annual fee, and I have to keep the card, like I said, because of my credit. But if you are on your credit card journey and you don't have any yet, look out for the annual fees and try to stay away from them until you get up into a higher tier credit cards. Also, with credit cards, you have an APR, which will kick in at the end of a billing cycle if you don't pay that whole bill off. And I'm gonna give you some advice. You can use it, but I always pay the amount I have on my card that I use for that month. I'll pay it down to a zero bill. I know people say you should leave 5 or something. I hear that all the time. But why would you want to leave anything where they can tack on extra money? You don't want to give them any free money. So always, what I always do is pay. I don't care if it's $1,000. I'm gonna pay that if I don't use what I can't spend. That's another key with credit. Use what you can spend. If you don't have it, don't use it, because you don't want to get into that thing with credit where you're not paying off the whole amount each month and you're leaving an amount, because it's going to tack on, the APR is going to tack on, then you're going to use it some more that month, and then next thing you know, you got a $600-700 credit bill, and if you can't pay that off, you know, you're going to end up not being able to pay it, and you're just going to end up probably going into collections or just saying forget it, you're not going to pay it, you know. So you don't want to do that, because then it's going to mess your credit up and your score is going to drop tremendously. So I wouldn't, one rule is that I always go by is to pay off the whole entire bill for that month and get it down to a zero balance, and then start the next month off at a zero balance. And then also with doing it like that, it kind of trains you on how to spend your money, because that's a big thing too. It's not really about how much money you have or you make, but it's how you're spending your money, and if you're not wasting it, because we can get into buying stuff that we don't need, and you don't really want to get into that. So, you know, that's just a heads up. Overall, concerning these two credit cards, which these are credit building credit cards, and they actually did do their job with these credit cards. Using them and helping them build my credit, I was able to get my credit up to about a 680, and when and my score was maybe about a 600 to get them. I needed about a 600 to get them. Remember saying I started at about a 490 when I talked to the realtor. At this current time right now, I have a credit score that fluctuates between like a 780 and an 800. So in future segments on this channel, I'm going to be explaining how I got different credit cards. I also have 3 business credit cards because I have an LLC, so I was able to get credit cards to support my LLC. So I'll be going over all of that. And once again, I thank y'all for your time and your patience. This is new. I'm doing all this stuff is new. We're starting this channel, but we're gonna continue to give y'all videos. So like the video if you like it, and subscribe if you like the channel. Thank y'all. Salute KingJuGaming /tech. See y'all.